the last steps that you'll want to take in this project is to center. And centering is a feature that you may employ on any project. So memorizing the few properties that go into the wrapper rule will serve you well. There are really only three things that you need to identify in order for the centering to work. The first is the overall width of the items that are going to center. I know for sure that from first div all the way through this final sandwich div, that's content that I want to center. In Dreamweaver, I can go under the View menu and show my rulers. Just to get an idea, this doesn't have to be an exact, precise science. You just want a sort of a general width, and the width is the only thing we need. So if I look at my ruler, I'm at a little over 950. I'm taking into consideration that I'm not starting exactly at 0. I have a little bit of a buffer over here. But 950 is the width that I'm going to use. So I'm going to create the rule first, and then I'll go back and apply it to the content that I want to center. I'm in the CSS Styles tab, and I'm going to click the plus sign to create a new CSS rule. This is going to be an ID. This rule that we're creating will be attached to a div tag, and we want to make sure that we're using it only once. That's kind of the criteria for an ID. I, without fail, always call these wrapper. Sometimes you'll see other people, other web designers will call them center or container. I'm calling mine wrapper. It's not the law. The properties that you need are few: positioning, position relative, and here in the width you can plug in the number that you've determined for your width. For my layout it was 950. So position relative, width 950. Then I'm going to switch over to the box category, and margin is not same for all. We're going to decheck same for all, and right auto, left auto. That's it. That's all there is to the properties necessary to create the wrapper rule. Just want to show you, however, back in the positioning, sometimes I've seen people, this clip, you can see top right, bottom left, looks very similar to the margin, so just make sure that you are both in the positioning category for your relative and the width, and then you go to the box category for the margin. We have our rule. Now we need to go into our code and surround the div tags, surround the content that we want centered with that new rule. I know this is going to be really difficult to see. This is my body tag. Here's my H1 tag. So technically this is the first thing on my page, and I'm making the decision that I want everything on my page to center. So immediately after the body tag, I am going to create a space and ask for a div tag. So less than sign div space ID equals, and then in quotes, the name of the rule that I just created, which is wrapper, end quote, greater than sign. Then I will scroll all the way to the bottom, and right before the closing body tag, I will put my closing div tag. So less than sign / div, that's it. So save that. Even in your design view, you should have a hint that it's working or not. What's happening though is when I created the wrapper, I have a very kind of defined width now. Apparently I miscalculated a bit, and I do not have enough room for all of my floating divs to sit next to each other. You can see it's forced sandwiches down and underneath. So I will go back to my wrapper and edit. As I click on it, I can see in my properties 950. I'll just keep increasing that number. Okay, so 955. Now I have enough room for all three divs to sit next to each other. And that's it.